here with another swap, doing an engine swap from this 05 Maxima to 03 Maxima. Did the same trick I did on my SCR, pushed the transmission into the wheel well here, just so it's less weight to crane out. Took the clutch off, took the front support, rod support off, axles out, all the harnesses out, clutch lines, all of that is out. Axles on this side are out. Took off the tie rods because we're going to take out the rack and pinion as well on this. Took off the exhaust manifold as well, and the coolant lines, tranny mount, Y pipe. This will be getting headers. Also took off the intake manifold just to make more room for the chain for the crane, and we're going to be changing the valve cover gaskets and spark plugs anyway, so just get it out the way. Make sure to disconnect the power steering lines as well. There's one that feeds there to the belt, and then this one as well. I think it's 24 socket, goes up in there, right there. Don't forget that. This right here is the EGR. This all gets deleted once you run headers as well. So that will all come off, and then all you have to do is make sure the EGR sensor is still plugged in. You don't need all of this, you can unscrew it from here. Sometimes these screws fail because they get rusted, but just use a vice grip and get it off, and just make sure this little piece right here is still connected, or else it'll be in limp mode. Okay, we got the engine out on the crane. Now we're gonna put it on the stand. So, taking the rack and pinion now. One bolt there, one bolt in the back of this thing, and you don't have to take that out. But yeah, this is one bolt, 2 bolts. That should come out as long as you have everything else disconnected, power steering lines and all that. So we got out all the pedals. It's pretty simple. You'll see all the bolts there. The brake pedal, all the bolts up there. There'll be one at top that you gotta pay attention to. Clutch just pops right out there. Now for the clutch lines, for the shifter lines, you gotta get out all the trim, center console trim. To get to those, just gotta move this, to those bolts there. There's one there and one on the other side, on the bottom side, right behind the cable there. Once you get that out, you'll be able to pull out the lines there. After you get the 2 bolts out for the shifter cables, plate comes out. Just gotta remove all the stuff here and just pull out the cable from over down here. And it comes right out. For the brake pedal, don't forget to remove, there'll be 2 bolts that connect to the brake booster from the outside. Just remove that. Then you'll be able to slide this forward, and there'll be a cotter pin on the inside. Okay, we're back here. Got the engine all out of the 5th gen Maxima. A couple things that are different are the mounts and the subframe are different on this. So you got to swap over the old mounts from the old engine onto the new one. About to do the flywheel clutch job on it before I put it back in. The fuel rail is also different from the 5th gen to the 6th gen. So you got to reuse the fuel rail from the 5th gen and just swap it over and just put on the injectors onto the 6th gen motor. When you gotta run the headers, the way the mount sits, it comes in the way, so you just gotta notch it out a bit just so it clears the headers to bolt on properly. prime it, paint it, just so it doesn't rust. Getting the transmission all cleaned up. The amount of gunk that came out of it. I don't know how this transmission was all gunked up. This is a LSD out of this 5th gen Maxima. Also, both mounts are just straight shot. This thing just fell out of it. This one's shot. So we're gonna press those out, press the new poly mounts, put some power to the ground with those. Well, all installed.